Good afternoon. My name is Jim Robinson. I'm the District Director for District 7 of the United Steelworkers. And we're here this afternoon to talk about the unfortunate attempts to restrict voting here in Lake County and the legal action that is taking place and has taken place in response to that effort. From the perspective of the steelworkers, we are concerned that due to work schedules, unforeseen overtime, that many of our members will not be able to vote on or find it very inconvenient to vote on Election Day, and we want them to be able to take advantage of the early voting. We're concerned that our retirees, many of them who have challenges in transportation as well as health issues, will be able to take advantage of the early voting and not be forced into long drives or long lines on Election Day.
We think all Hoosiers should have their right, have the right to exercise their vote, and we call on Lake County to open the polling now. We call on the Republicans to stop trying to suppress votes here in Northwest Indiana, and we all believe that democracy is best served when everybody has the opportunity to vote.
One of the greatest rights and privileges we have as Americans is the right to vote. And when that is being taken away from us by restricting how some of our senior citizens or people that don't have means of transportation to get out and vote, it's just not right.
We believe that the citizens of Gary, Hammond, and East Chicago have an absolute right to the same services that the citizens in Crown Point have, and that is to be able to vote early in this election. We ask, why was it possible to vote in the primary election just a few short months ago in May without a problem, and now we turn around here in November and are told that we cannot vote, that we have to go to Crown Point, which we know is not an easy thing to do if you live in this community.
Two of the largest cities in the state are the only large cities that don't have early voting. Here in Lake County, between 20 and 25% of residents do not own cars, so it's difficult to get transportation down to Crown Point.
We have many people in Munster and the Gary area who were devastated by the floods and who lost their cars, who are working very hard to find a way to get back in their homes. These people also are going to have a hard time with transportation.
She had to take a bus to the train station here in Hammond, at the train station over to Gary, to take another bus to get out to Crown Point, a trip that took 5 hours. Is that what we're asking citizens to have to do, to be burdened with having to travel out to Crown Point to one small office? You're asking 200,000 people to go out to an office that's set up to handle the 20,000 people that are out there. Is it fair? It's all about fairness.
Many people are, including me, are anticipating a very large turnout in this election. We do not want to see long lines, people having to face the choice of missing work and losing income or standing in line and voting. We don't want anybody to face that choice. We want to make sure that voting is free and open and accessible to everyone.
6,000 people, approximately, it was actually 5,928, I think, voted in the primary, early voted in only a 10-day period of time. This would have been a 29-day period of time in the presidential election. That was just in the primary. It's very easy to extrapolate that and estimate that it'll be at 18 to 30,000 people that could potentially be disenfranchised as a result.
In the past, when Indiana was written off by the Democrats and there wasn't a campaign, the Republicans didn't worry about voter turnout. We have a highly competitive race in this state, finally, thank God. And there are people who are concerned about the outcome, and they're trying to suppress votes of people who they think will affect the outcome in a way that they don't like.
This is actually disgraceful that we have a Republican Party that is apparently hell-bent on stopping citizens in these three cities from voting It's obvious, it's political, it's obvious, it's undemocratic, and it's obvious that the courts are going to support our efforts as they did on Monday in Judge Arendondo's court.
We called this press conference for this spot because behind us is one of the satellite early voting locations. And nobody's voting here today. When everybody's voice is heard, then our country is the stronger for it.
That's right.
And it's time to do that starting now.
Hear, hear.